Hello and welcome back to United by Football. Today we have with us
Okay. Okay, football.
How are you, Joe? Is football your last name?
It is actually, yes.
It is legally.
It was destiny.
It was, mate. It was set in stone, I'd say. But how you been, man?
Yeah, not bad. How you been? Keeping up with all the football and that, or
Sleep has left the room. So, but no, it's been good. A lot of football's happened. A lot. Oh, actually, it's slowed down the last couple of days. We've had a few games. I did wake up at 11 a.m. I was awake at 9 a.m. But I woke up when Darwin Núñez found himself in the crowd earlier today.
yeah, that was good.
That was some good content. But otherwise, tell us a bit about yourself. Give us a bit of background. Tell the viewers that haven't met you yet what you're all about.
Yeah, so Joe K or Joe K Football on Instagram, TikTok. Just cover all Australian football, whether it's A-League, Second Division, NPL, food reviews at NPL games, all that stuff. I get around it and post some content on there. So, yeah, just a local football guy. Try to keep it focused on a local game. Dip in and out of the European football and stuff like we're probably going to today. But, yeah, no, it's just mainly my local stuff is where I like to stick to.
Look, I have to say I love myself an NPL screens, so I'll give you credit to that. That's been good. But if the way you cover the football, the way you've covered the ground roots, and I think you've really kind of stuck with it, and you trailblazed. I'll say you were one of the first to get out there when the NST kind of came back together, and I'm sure you were there prior to that, but you kind of became kind of that face of the NPL in terms of content and what I think outside of your official NPL stuff that other people do. But in terms of a content creator, there isn't many as committed as you to the NPL, so credit where it's due, man.
No, thank you for that. Yeah, that's very kind. But yeah, shout out to the boys who were there before, the Battlers, Jude, Lockie, all those boys. Yeah, shout out to you boys, legends.
That's fair. Well, let's get it started. The quarterfinals, do a quick summary. So the way we'll do it is the two games that correspond to the final four games, and then we'll separate into two. So we'll start off with Spain and Germany, and then France and Portugal, and then talk about Spain versus France, and then obviously the other side. So Spain beat Germany 2-1. So Marino scored a late header in extra time for Spain to beat Germany, although Germany had a lot of chances in that first half. And Kai Havertz, I love you, mate, but you got to be doing better there.
That was Chelsea Kai Havertz there, I reckon.
Oh, God, I don't want to talk about that Kai Havertz. If you haven't seen my phone cover, mate, it's
oh wow, you are a Havertz boy.
I am a Havertz boy. There it is, as we've seen it many times. But I want to talk about the goalless first half, because it just felt like I was watching two teams that forgot how to finish, considering they were the best two teams in the competition. Let's just say that was just shocking.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where you kind of look at both teams and, I don't know, do either really have that goal scorer in their side? Morata's got a track history of, he was kind of a Kai Havertz, like when he was doing his time at Chelsea.
Yeah.
The number 9 curse of Chelsea following him in this game.
Oh, God, I hope whoever jumps into that jersey next as well. I don't see that curse ending anytime soon.
No chance.
But he had his chances. Although I think the problem with Morata is his pace as well. Like Kai's at least quick. He'll get on there, and the chances he just won't finish every single one of them. Whereas Morata, if he gets there, he might. It's just the matter of him actually getting there. But I want to talk about Dani Olmo. He has been he's a top goal scorer at the moment, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is he? How many has he got?
3.
Okay, he'd be tied with about 6 other guys then, wouldn't he?
Fun fact, 11 own goals.
11?
Yeah, own goals lead the goal scoring charts at the moment. So it's been absolutely insane. Well, yeah, look, they went on to win it in extra time. Wirtz finished a shot in the wide bottom right corner before Fulkrog flicked header pushed away by Simon. So that wasn't too bad with that one there. A bit of stats from the game. Spain created an XG of 1.51 from 18 shots. That's 6 on target, compared to Germany's 2.01 from 23 shots with only 5 on target. That's insane, because Germany went for it. It's just, again, they don't have that clinical finisher in that team. You look at Wirtz, some would say I don't think he is. Musiala's all flash. You got Havertz, who's hit and miss, but I just think he needs that support striker. And Fulkrog's there, but he's not starting. So,
I'll tell you what, they would have had to be tempted to start him, though. He's been very good coming off the bench.
He has, but I think Kai's just been... You got to realise Kai's game has become a lot less about the goal scoring now. And has become a lot more about him actually influencing the game and the way he plays, the way he holds the ball up, the way he can drag in more than one defender at a time. His game's evolved under Mikel, and I think people struggle to realize that sometimes, whereas they look at him, oh, he's only scored this many goals.
Yeah.
If you understand football, you know it's more than that.
Oh, no, 100%. And especially when you got Musiala and Wirtz in behind him, like, his job isn't to score goals. It's to help those guys either create the final pass or put in the back of the net themselves.
100%. Look, I've got a question to raise, though. So, do you think he was unlucky with that side of the draw? Because you ask anyone about 2 rounds ago, they're destined to meet in the final. And I thought that, those two teams were destined to meet in the final. But unfortunately, due to the way the groups are built, they met a lot earlier than there. And I guess the next question is, if one of them was on the other side of the bracket, did they both get through all the way?
Oh, 100%. This was the final. And I think, we'll get to it later on, but I think it might actually end up being the hardest game that Spain play at the tournament.
Yeah.
And they got through it. But I do think, that's definitely just luck of the draw. What are you going to do about it?
It's unlucky.
What was the reason they did match up so early? Did they finish first, or did one of them get caught?
No, they finished first in each of their groups, and I think it kind of went on the same bracket, one end than the other.
Yeah.
And then they beat both their teams, and they kind of met.
Yeah. So they were destined to meet at that point anyway.
They were destined to meet, because I'm pretty sure, you had Portugal, France on one side, and then Germany, Spain on the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what group were Spain? I know Germany were Group A.
Spain were with Italy and Croatia. So they topped. They did top.
Group F? Sorry, we're asking the Italian in the room.
Group B.
Were you Group B?
Yeah, I was Group B with Spain.
Yeah, they were, because they played early in the first round.
Spain, Albania, Italy, Croatia.
No, we know that, but the group, I think it was actually Group B, I'm pretty sure. They were actually Group B, so they done it A, B, C, D. Nah. Let's actually check that.
Okay.
I'm very interested now. We're breaking the fourth wall here. So you had the table. Yeah, Group A and B.
Group A and B. And they still, I mean, it's up to how they plan out the draw on that, but it's a shame, because I do think that would have been the final if it.
They were by far the best two teams, defensively and in attack as well. Unfortunately, neither had a striker, but imagine they did have a striker. You'd be, that's crazy. But I have to say, I think they're both reborn. I think we're seeing shades of Germany from 2014, and we're seeing shades of Spain from the early 2010s, because I think they've both been very quiet in the last 6 to 7, maybe 8 years, especially Germany post-World Cup win, and then Spain in the last few tournaments.
Yep.
But I think we're seeing a bit of touch of the old Spain and the old Germany, but also very much a new school, new style in between.
Yeah. It's kind of like Spain, for me, they're kind of at the very start of that next one, and then also phasing out the new one.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Germany. You've got Toni Kroos, but then you've also got Musiala coming through.
Yeah.
They're both you're right, they're in the same spot, and I think they're going to be, well, maybe England as well, if they can sort their stuff out from the start of tournaments. But those two, alongside England and France, I think they're the big four moving forward.
Yeah.
If it's up to me, that's what I would assume would happen.
I think those are the four. I think Portugal's just a touch behind.
Yeah,
I think just the level of talent in those four teams are just insane.
Yeah.
But speaking of Portugal, they drew 0-0 with France. So they went all the way to penalties. I think let's skip through the game. They had a few chances here, had a few chances there. But the penalty shootout, man. I feel bad for him. João Felix, man. Like, come on. Your boy Ronaldo, it's his last Euros. You got to do it for him. And unfortunately, he's just...
Is it the last Euros?
I think so. There's no way he drags himself for another 4 years.
I think he's going to the World Cup.
He's going to the World Cup. I think so too.
But do you think he's going as a... Is he actually going to take a bench role, or is he still going to be demanding that?
Well, if Pepe's 41.
Pepe's not going.
And he can play here. Ronaldo can stick around. I'm pretty sure Ronaldo's 37 now? 38? No, 39.
Yeah, I think he's 39. So he'd be, 41?
Oh, dear Lord.
He's going to the World Cup. Euros, I wouldn't rule it out, honestly. People even saying it's been his last Euros for the last 2.
I know, but it's Ronaldo. But this is the thing. I reckon he wants to play with his son.
Yeah, I did hear this on your last podcast.
Yeah. I think he wants to stick around and play with his son. That's honestly my opinion there, because there's no other reason you're sticking around at 39, playing for your nation. I mean, it's Ronaldo, but at the same time, 39 Fun fact: my mum's 43.
Yeah.
So that tells you everything. The age he's at now. Like when I think of 39, I'm like imagining someone my parents' age still playing at that high of a level. So I don't think he's got much legs in him, but
he definitely doesn't. He should have taken a bench role this tournament.
Yeah.
I think Portugal, they might beat France in that game. Like France weren't great. Portugal without Ronaldo up top. Look, I'm not a Ronaldo hater by any means. I just think there's a difference in what he can deliver on the field and off the bench.
100%. And you got to remember, he can't play 90 minutes anymore.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not what he used to be. He is, but it's probably his ego coming in and telling people to.
Yeah. I think, I don't want to go into Messi versus Ronaldo, but I think there is a comparison there as well with the teammates of Portugal versus the teammates of Argentina.
Yes.
I feel like Argentina will sacrifice everything for him.
Yeah.
And Portugal might change their play style, but are they giving that extra 50% all over the park for him?
Yeah,
making up for his, shortcomings.
I get what you're saying. I think with Messi, it's like they literally, I don't know, they treat him like he's a god in Argentina. And you see that with his teammates and the way, when Messi's on there, it's play through Messi. When Ronaldo's on the field, it's kind of, all right, let's play to Ronaldo till it doesn't work. Yep. But I also think that the Portuguese, in terms of his teammates, are more likely to go into business for themselves.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hinting towards at the start there. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it as well.
Yeah, so I do agree with you on that, and it's interesting to see because on the Copa America side now, they're in the final. Argentina's made it through to the final. I swear to God, if Messi wins another Ballon d'Or, I'm done watching football.
No, there's no way this year. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. We can boycott together.
Oh, we'll boycott. We'll move on. I won't be watching. I won't be watching European football anymore. I'll be sticking to the Aussie product, which we'll be talking about in another show, but we'll get there. We talked about Ronaldo. France. This was their first game, not their first game, their fifth game in a row where they had not scored a goal in open play. What on earth happened to the France that were free scoring at the World Cup? Side doesn't change that much. You're telling me bringing in William Saliba is going to stop you? It's not. He's probably the most progressive centre back at the Euros.
Yeah. I don't know what to put it down to, but Mbappe was everything for them.
Yes.
And always has been everything since he's come into the team.
He still is.
But is it the injury?
Well, his nose.
Yeah, his nose.
Just because his nose went like Blake Ferguson's doesn't mean it's thrown out his whole...
But it could have. Like a mentality-wise. Not physically, but maybe mentally. He's been thrown off.
Possibly, but there's also 10 other players on the field. Yeah. You got to ask yourself, we're talking 450 minutes of football. And you could not put the ball in the back of your net through open play. You had penalties, you had own goals. I'm pretty sure of the 11 own goals, 3 have been to France. So defensively, they've been insane. I'll give them credit to that. Even yesterday morning, they were still very good defensively. It's just a shame that, again, they've come up short once again. But look, I'm not complaining. At the end of the day, I do think that they were the better team slightly. Very, very, very slightly, but it shows penalties stepped up.
That's it. And more penalties to come as well, we'll talk about, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately couldn't do it against Argentina in the World Cup, but some of us are still salty about that. We'll get through. On to the big game, Spain 2, France 1. The Spanish got off to a very un-Spanish-like Euros performance. Kolo Muani put it in the back of his net very early in the game. I think it was 7 minutes in. But that ball from Mbappe was beautiful. It was a sight to see.
Yeah, back to his best. Or part of this game, I guess. But
I'll definitely say this. He's grown his game. He's a lot less selfish than he used to be. I think that Mbappe at the World Cup a couple of years ago does not pass that ball.
No.
Tries to take on 3-4 players and goes in by himself. But who knows, maybe the mask has brought a new sense of founding to Mbappe. We don't know. But it didn't take long for Spain to get back for what I think was the goal of the tournament. Lamine Yamal, 16 years of age. That goal that he scored, wow.
I don't think you can do it justice. Like, it was, one of those ones where that's like from that moment, they won it. Like, that was it.
Like, he just lifted them up at 16, Joe.
Yeah.
16. Like,
let's not talk about what we were doing at 16 because that would feel too bad.
What were you doing at 16, Joe? That's for
I mean, that says it all. I'm not.
We'll save that for a different podcast. That one. That's a whole different. That's nothing to do with football. That one. But a few stats about Lamine Yamal and the records that he's broken in the last few months. Not even. I think he's been around this one season. I believe.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise he was playing at 15. So
it's Barcelona for you.
Yeah.
But he was the youngest player to ever score at the Euros, youngest player to ever assist at the Euros, youngest player to ever feature at the Euros, youngest player to ever feature in an El Clasico, the youngest player to ever score in a La Liga game, the youngest player to assist on a Barca shirt, the youngest player ever in Barcelona's history to reach 50 games at 16. All right.
Wow.
Doesn't stop there. The youngest player to ever feature in a Champions League knockout game, the youngest player to ever score a brace in a La Liga game, and the youngest player to ever reach a top 3 podium of the Golden Boy. Wow.
Holy cow. Wait, how many more years is he eligible for that award anyway? Golden Boy, it'd be another
6.
He might take home 5 or 6 of them.
He's
That's
breaking
insane.
records. I think that's the best youngster we've seen since Rooney at that age.
Yeah. Well, those records he's breaking, would they be Messi's records? He's breaking there? Or apart from the European ones, of course. But
Yeah, obviously. I think they would be because Messi came in at 17, I believe.
yeah.
He was doing about 16. I'm talking like this is year 10. You're doing work experience in high school, trying to select your subjects for 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Like he's out here scoring bangers at Euros against Germany and against France, and it's insane to think about it. But my question to you is how far you reckon he'll go through his career, and could he just be another flash in the pan?
I think that's definitely a possibility. I mean, there's actually probably a really good comparison with Pedri when he first came through.
Yeah.
Not in that forward position, but in midfield. That first season at Barcelona, he played a crazy amount of games. And there's also something, did Spain make the Olympics?
I believe so.
Is he going to the Olympics?
Because
if he is, I would be very worried about
I'd be very surprised. I don't think you can legally play. I think there's a rule somewhere where he can't actually play a certain amount of minutes or past a certain time. Sorry.
Oh, because of his
age, he can't play past a certain time. Don't quote me on that. That may or may not have been a football Twitter statistic, but I'm pretty sure due to the rules in Germany, you can't work past a certain time if you're 16 or under or something like that.
Okay.
So
it's crazy that he still has to worry about these things, isn't it?
That was funny. We'll get the accidentally pressed the button there. But yeah, it's crazy you still have to think about those things.
Yeah, it is. And but yeah, Pedri is the one I would compare him to because he went to the Olympics and he ended up looking like a zombie after he finished the tournament. So,
he aged 10 years in the space of a year.
And now he's got another injury now as well. So
look, can you imagine Pedri in that midfield as well?
Yeah.
I think we really slept on Spain these last couple of years and what they've developed because even I said it last week, I think defensively they're just as strong as they are going forward now. And that's one thing about Spain I think we've missed for the last 6 to 8 years.
Yep.
So, yeah. Well, we've covered France, but let's move on to my boys, the English boys, Southgate's boys. I can say that with a proud smile after this morning. So England overcame a deficit with a quarter hour to go, back-to-back 120 minutes of football and the emotions of penalties to book their place in the semi-final against Netherlands. They beat Switzerland 5-3 on penalties, and I have to say one thing. I was more upset that Switzerland got knocked out than happy that England won. I was genuinely more upset for the Swiss.
Did you not? Wait, you just said that England are your boys.
They're my boys.
But who was Switzerland then? Your
Granit Xhaka's my boy. But I'm also a very big supporter of good football.
Yeah, and they were one of the best teams by far. Better than England.
They should have won that game, Joe.
Yeah.
They genuinely should have won that game. And yes, England might be my boys, but I'll call it for what it is. England have been shit. Absolutely shit. The penalties as well. I saw the bottle. I don't know if you saw the bottle on Pickford's.
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
It's like, Kanji, look, I'm just glad the Man City player done that because as an Arsenal fan, at the end of the day, we were hoping you'd do that during the season, but unfortunately, you're too composed for 38 games and you decided to do it in a quarterfinal of a Euros competition, but we'll get to that, I'm sure, at some point. Saka's goal.
Yeah, that's a. Oh, there he is, right there, middle of the setup.
Oh, let's bring him over here. There it is. Big Bukayo Saka. This is brought to you by the Corner Post out at Wetherill Park. Head out there for all your football needs. Big Bukayo. Let's talk about Big Bukayo.
Yeah, that was definitely a I'm him moment, wasn't it? Just a stepping up when it mattered.
100%. And I said it on Threads the other day. Foden this, Bellingham that, Bukayo Saka is him. This tournament, he's just proven that to everybody. He is him. Forget your Bellinghams, forget your Fodens. Don't even think about Palmer. Bukayo Saka is that guy. You agree or disagree, Joe?
Look, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I'm not having any Palmer
Oh, dear Lord.
No, there will be no Palmer slander on this podcast, or I'm out.
How did I not disclose that before you came on? Seriously, is everyone a Chelsea fan?
No escape for you, mate.
Well, mate, actually, you know what? There's a bag over there, the one on the floor, not the other one, the black one. I've got it. You can put something.
Should
in
I be
front of
worried after what you just said?
No. Hand it to Julian. Yeah, Julian, hand me the bag. It's the right bag. And no, I'm not pulling out anything.
Okay,
I'm done.
sweet. I'm on camera as well, so.
Oh, hold on. This is the wrong bag. Tell us about your Chelsea fan while I get this right bag.
No, it's honestly, it's a very dull story. Grew up a Bulldogs fan, blue and white, Chelsea blue and white. It's just, I think I just logged on to FIFA and then that was just there, blue and white. I was like, yeah, let's go this. And now I'm a Chelsea fan.
Now you're a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm really disappointed.
A passive Chelsea fan over the last couple of years.
Passive.
Yeah. Not because of we're bad, just because of how the club's been run. There's no connection there.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You also had 19 other teams to pick from. And I say that to everybody, mate. 19 other teams, and you chose the stingy blue and whites of the Premier League. The stingy, mate. But yeah, look, penalties did beckon that game. And the boys, they stood up. I think, no, you got the wrong one, mate. Anyway, I'll find it after. I'll give it to him. He can take a photo with it. Anyway, so Switzerland had a 1.49 XG before penalties, okay? England had 0.66. That should tell you everything. And, you know, Saka's strike was top shelf, and I think had it not been for that, they genuinely didn't have many chances outside of there.
Yeah, look, putting the Chelsea Arsenal thing aside, Saka, if there's anyone in that team who's going to step up, it is him. Like, he's the one who can make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know, Bellingham scored the bicycle kick, but he hasn't grown on me that much in this tournament. I was really excited at the start.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of just fell in the background. He had that moment. But for me, in the final, if there's any England player who I think can win it for England, it's Saka.
Yeah. And you look at it in a way where I think Foden he'll take players on, but I don't think there's many players in that team that will kind of create the chances that Saka does in the way that he does, in terms of taking a player on, getting there, and then opening himself up creatively. He's good on both feet, which means that he's a lot less predictable than let's just say Foden, because you know Foden with his left foot is going to want to cut in, either pass it through on the left, or if he's on the right, he's going to want to cut in and shoot his standard Foden goal that he scored against West Ham and broke all our hearts within 2 minutes. So, yeah, look, I think Saka's been, for England, the player of the tournament.
Yeah, I'd probably say so too. I still don't think he's probably in the team of the tournament or anything like that.
Ooh, really?
Do you put anyone from England in that?
I think he's the closest thing to it, though.
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, that's what I was saying as well. But I just think overall, England, they haven't. I mean, this morning they were obviously against the Netherlands, but I think their run, their football they've played, I've just been entertained and enjoyed watching pretty much every other team at the tournament ahead of them. Yeah. And that's just me. Like, off this morning, like, who is the best player there? Saka probably would be there, but like, just from overall, I can't put him in.
No, look, fair enough. I think the Spanish boys. It's really. I'm just thinking more Williams and Yamal at the end of the day in terms of the wingers there. But Saka, I don't think he's too far off that team of the tournament.
I mean, he might earn it in the final, so we'll see what happens.
Hopefully, if he brings glory to the nation after, it'd be such a story after 2020. You know, the missed penalty, all the the shit that he copped right after it with the racism and to come back 4 years later in the final, score the winning goal, even better, take that last penalty, slot it, win it for your country, and bring it home, mate. That'll, mate, put some respect on Saka's name. That's all I've got to say to the people. But we'll move on to the next game. Netherlands versus Turkey. Turkey were up for 70 minutes.
Oh, God, I love Turkey this tournament.
Oh, man, don't just love their food. I love their football, mate. I'll give you that. Yeah, well, they finally cracked the defense through De Vries header. The centre back got up and above and put it up to make it 1-1. There was an own goal, unfortunately. That was the sword to Turkey's fatalities at the tournament. I have to say that, but unfortunately, it meant that Turkey would end their dream just short. I thought, personally, you saw it last week, I thought Switzerland and Turkey were the ones that are going to come out the other side. I was right for most of both games. Unfortunately, fate had another way.
That would have been a wild semi-final. Can you imagine that?
Turkey, Switzerland.
Oh, no one would have expected that.
Would have been. You know what, though? I think they're more likely a chance to trouble the other side more than England will. England might as well win it. And I think there's a good chance they will. They'll slog it out and they might win it on penalties. But if we're talking 90 minutes, I genuinely think that Switzerland, maybe not Turkey, maybe Switzerland were a team that could have put Spain or Germany to the sword had they gone through the other side.
Yeah, I think I could definitely have seen Switzerland doing it.
Yeah.
Turkey would have been one of those ones where it's just they put away their set piece chances and stuff like that, or just battle it out.
Yeah.
Like they kind of showed it throughout the tournament. That was kind of their identity, and they were so strong with it.
Yeah.
And I think, if especially the crowds in Germany as well, the massive Turkish population there, it was just carrying them through the games.
It goes to show, and it happens in any sport. I think we've seen it this season as well. Like, I've been to quite a few Doggies games this year. The supporters have genuinely carried us through that many games. And I'm starting to see it on the football side as well, especially when, last season going to a lot of the women's games at Sydney FC and that's Leichhardt Oval. When you've got the hill that's packed and you've got the stands behind you backing the girls, they rarely lost. I think they lost one game at Leichhardt Oval, and it was the last game of the season.
Yeah. Wow.
Throughout the back end, and it's crazy to see how you might not think supporters matter that much, but when you've got tens of thousands of people barracking you through the whole game back and forth, it gives you something to fight for. If you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for the people that have paid their money, put their butts in the seats, and come out to support you.
Yeah, 100%. It's just like a wave of support, isn't it? And then it's just that momentum swing.
Yeah.
One action, and the crowd just goes behind you. Boom, it's there. It's theirs for the taking.
And we saw it with Spain as well when he scored when Yamal scored this morning.
Yep.
Yesterday morning. So he just turned it up a whole nother notch, and it was just game over from then. But look, let's get on to this morning's game. England Netherlands. So England at the death won it 2-1 through an Ollie Watkins goal.
Cole Palmer assist.
Oh, get out of here with Cole Palmer, man. I don't understand Chelsea's fascination with Cole Palmer. Even Gareth Southgate's fascination, mate. He did get the assist, fair play, but it only took you about 6 games. That many minutes, losing the ball more times in one game or 20 minutes, Saka did all tournament, and he finally came through, unlike our boy from the red side of London, who has been that guy, has been him. But Xavi Simons opened the scoring.
Oh, what a finish.
Woo. All right, out. It's like, I don't know where these guys are coming from. This is the FIFA prodigy from like.
It is. I remember watching him. I swear I used to see him on Instagram when he was about 13 doing skills and stuff like that. He's one of those kids who's actually fulfilling the potential.
And I think he was a La Masia Junior as well. Came through the Barca Academy.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Signed with PSG.
PSG, and then he was at Leipzig, and now he's. Oh no, was he at PSV? I think he was in
PSV, and then he moved back to Germany. I believe you're correct. I think it's Leipzig.
Leipzig, yeah.
And then I think he's at Leipzig because PSG didn't want to trigger the buyback. I'm pretty sure. Something along the lines there. But great goal. I think he's coming across as a player. I think we're looking at him as well. The rumours between Arsenal looking at Xavi Simons as a Saka backup. You heard that right, a Saka backup. Harry Kane then got a penalty. Talk to me.
I don't think it's a penalty.
Are you mad?
On my opinion.
Are you mad?
No, okay. I get why it was.
Yeah.
100%. I'm not a fan of boot on boot penalties. And let me explain what I mean by that. Like if you're coming in for a challenge and there's going to be some contact somewhere along the line. He got his shot off. It was a late connection he connected him on his follow through as well.
Yes.
I understand why it's a penalty. I'm just not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah, but why are your studs up anyway?
He was just going towards the ball.
It's unfortunate. It
It is
what
unfortunate. And I understand why it's a penalty. I'm just not the biggest fan of it.
No, look, fair enough. Either way, you know.
What about you think it's a penalty? I'm guessing.
I think it was a blatant penalty, personally. Yeah. Look, I get what you're saying. Sometimes we need to toughen up a little bit. And sometimes, obviously, where you aim the ball to be, if you just mistime it by 1 second, I get it in a sense of physics, literally physics and gravity. The harder he kicks, if he kicks it any harder, he actually misses the foot completely. For all we know, I'm talking out of my ass at this point. But if it's studs on foot, then it's penalty. It's black and white. That's what I've been taught at the end of the day.
That's the thing as well. I'm sorry, I didn't really say what I was wanting to say very well. If it's like a
clash,
like a surface on surface, not a studs on a.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
That can't be a penalty. If it's surface on surface for me, it's not a penalty.
And it was one of those ones where if his foot's but I understand why it's a penalty. Yeah. If it's a slightly different angle, maybe not. But
the one I disagree with is the follow through. If I've got on the ball, because I've seen it given a few times, if I've got on the ball and my trailing leg collects you, that's not a penalty.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be.
The Premier League thinks otherwise sometimes, and it's that could be a whole different conversation we could have. Refereeing decisions we agree and disagree with, but look, Kane put it away. I believe that was his 66th goal for England. He's running away with that top goal scorer for the three lines, and I don't think anyone's catching him anytime soon.
Nah.
Because I don't see a striker coming in and set in stone like Harry Kane has.
And I think we might see over the next couple of years they'll keep developing good strikers.
Yeah.
But there's not going to be that disparity between the top guy and then the rest.
No, because you got Watkins, Tony, Bowen can play there nowadays. Bellingham, if you need him, can play there. But it depends on who replaces Southgate eventually too. You got to ask yourself that question. I just think they finally got it right when he brought Watkins on. A striker that can run in behind defenses. And we saw it the minute he came on, he just caused trouble.
Yep.
But otherwise, look, the Dutch, I think, struggled with the midfield. Although they had a few chances, England just finally got it right.
They finally turned up, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they're turning up at the right point, which is, like, I was one of their biggest critics start of this tournament. I was like, go home already. I'm done watching you. But now they're actually starting to play all right. And, I mean, the final's 50-50 for me. Like, honestly, it could go either way now. But, like, ask me in the quarters, no chance England beat Spain.
No chance. I think after watching that, look, I'll be honest, I'm going to make a big call here. I think it's first goal wins. I think whoever breaks first won't survive.
Like a 1-0, or is it going to...
I think it'll end up being, even if Spain score first, I'll be honest with you, I don't think England come back.
Spain will just keep the ball the rest of the game, won't they?
Yeah. And I don't think England have aside from Saka and Foden,
yep.
Realistically, you look at that, I don't think they have the kind of...
Game breaker.
That game breaker at the moment.
Yeah.
Off the ball, like Spain do. Obviously, I think that midfield can run people into the ground. Bellingham, Rice, whether you want to play Trent, Gallagher, Foden in midfield. I just don't think if Spain hold the ball well enough, they've got that kind of game off the ball where they can take it back, hit on the counter, especially with Harry Kane up front. My nan could probably run faster than he can at this point and behind defences. But look, I'll give you a bit of stats. They held 63% of the ball in the first half, outshotted the Dutch 7 shots to 3. They had 4 shots on target, and aside from Phil Foden hitting the post and having a shot, I don't know if you saw it, he took the shot, dribbled it past the keeper, and Dumfries just stopped it right on the line.
Yeah.
That was insane. And
that's some good composure, because he literally was probably about like that, like a little 5 centimetres.
It wasn't much. And like when they showed the above shot, it was quite literally, the post is gone. Yeah, I think like you said, about 5 centimetres. It was like similar to the not as close as John Stones one, but
it's just so much more calm. Like it was that close to you being knocked out, and you just, then got knocked out anyway. But like the ability to just stop it there and then relax and then get rid of it. It was like, whew.
Look, Foden had a whole goal as well to pick from. Like, like you could have just.
Oh yeah, Saka would have buried it.
Saka would have buried it every day of the week. Palmer wouldn't have even got that far anyway, mate. So, look, the Netherlands grew in stature in the second half. Jordan Pickford had a save, I believe, in the second half towards the start of it. That was just insane. I think he's been very underrated for England. He's kept them in a lot more games than he thinks he has. And then you got Saka, who I thought had the winner in the 70th minute, where he just made a good run in the box. Turns out Walker was offside.
Yep.
And then, like you said, your boy, Cole Palmer, linked up with Ollie Watkins in the 91st minute. And he scored with his first touch, I believe, Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, he took one, set himself wide, and then back across the keeper. Yeah, which is impressive finish.
It was big from Southgate to take Kane off. It was huge. You're 1-1 in a final. You're taking your captain off. You're taking your best striker, arguably the striker of the generation for England.
Yep.
And bringing on a guy that hasn't really played much minutes or tournament.
I tell you, it's a great way to silence the critics as well, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. In terms of, I don't think we doubted Watkins. I think we kind of...
Yeah. I was more talking Southgate. His management has been questioned the whole tournament, and then he's 2 guys on. That's the goal, gets you into the final.
Yeah, I still think he has his doubt. Look, man.
Oh, no, 100%.
With a team like that, you can't. You have to be putting teams away.
Yeah.
You got the best player in England, the best player in Spain, and the best player in Germany, all in one team. And you're struggling to beat. You're putting away. I'll be honest with you, with all due respect to the Netherlands, I don't think that they are the powerhouse that people make them out to be. I don't think that they're as strong as people make them out to be. They're a team with courage. They're a team who can fight and have a much higher level of player than, let's just say, your Switzerlands and your Austrias and stuff. I put them somewhere in between there and the top tier.
Yeah, you'd have like your France, Germany, Spain, even Portugal. You probably have above them.
I think them and Portugal are in the same basket.
Yeah.
Personally, it's like you're there, but you're not there yet. Like you're missing a few more big mega stars, and you're probably there in the top tier. But at the moment, England shouldn't be struggling against Netherlands. England shouldn't be struggling and going to penalties against Switzerland. Like, I don't know what's wrong.
Or extra time against Slovakia.
Almost lost it as well. Like, I felt bad for Switzerland and Slovakia. Like, that's saying a lot as an England fan. And I think I started to lose touch with England and went more the German side, but halfway through it. And I'm like, all right, I'm back in King Kai and we're making it all the way through. But look, we're there. We're in the final again. Hopefully we've learnt from last time and we're not bringing on 3 players in extra time to take penalties with fresh legs. Like, hopefully we've learnt from the last game. Southgate's learned and he's matured a bit as a coach, and we can kind of take that extra step forward and put it away. But I'm pretty sure the curse means that if they win here, they don't make the next World Cup.
Is that the Euro or is that a World Cup thing? I thought that was a World Cup, wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
You win the World Cup, you don't make the next one?
Or you get knocked out of the group. No.
You get knocked down in the group stage.
Or was that just Italy? No, that's the World Cup. The World Cup. No. The World Cup. When you win the World Cup, you get knocked down in around the 16th, the next one. I think the last team that broke it was France.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
But I think there's a Euros curse. I'm pretty sure.
That's the one. It's you win it and then they get knocked out in round 16.
No.
Yeah, I saw it. Swear.
Maybe. No, I'm pretty sure.
I believe it.
You want to check it?
Who won last? Who won last one?
Who won the last one?
Or the one before?
Knocked out round 16 this one.
Yeah. Who won the Euros? I think.
I believe it was Spain. Was it Spain or
Who? The Euros?
in the last one before that?
Portugal.
Portugal. And
Then Spain before that.
Spain before that.
Might be the group stage. You might be right.
You want to double check it?
We'll leave that to the viewers. You tell us. you tell us what you think. But either way, I need your final predictions. So we've got Spain, we've got England. Who do you think is going to win it? Who do you think is going to be, let's just call it your man of the match? And what's your final score prediction?
Okay, I think Spain are going to win in extra time. I think it's going to be... I think we might see something similar to what we saw last Euros.
Yes.
We'll get an early goal, but I think it might be from Spain. Spain score early, and then like we talked about, keep the ball. But I think England get a moment towards the end of the game, and they score, and they go into extra time. But then we get a repeat. Spain score early in extra time, and then they go on and win 2-1 at the end of it. My man of the match, Yamal. He scores the early goal as well. That's the one.
You might as well give him the Ballon d'Or at this point. I swear to God, if he wins man of the match at that Euros, you give him that Ballon d'Or.
Could you imagine that? 16 years old.
Man, what was I doing at 16? This bloke's out here being almost nominated for a Ballon d'Or.
He's doing things at 16 that you shouldn't be doing till you're 18. When I was 16, I was doing things that I shouldn't be doing till I'm 18 either. Very different.
Joe K, Lamine Yamal. Same but different. But look, I think we're going to penalties.
Do you think England would win?
I think England win on penalties this time.
That's probably what the story says. Like if you're writing a movie about it, that's probably what happens. And Saka does score the last one.
I'm on board for. I like a bit of drama. Stretch it out a bit. I think 2-2.
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah. Who scores?
I think Saka bags one. Of course.
Trust.
Big game player. Big Bukayo. Give me Stones. Stones and Saka.
Oh, that's rogue. But okay, yeah.
For the Spanish side, I'll go Morata and Olmo.
Okay, lock it in.
Man of the match. Big Bukayo. But yeah, look, that's been that in terms of the Euros roundup. Bit of Copa America this morning. Colombia through.
Yep.
They play Argentina in the final.
That's going to be a good game. That'll be a very good game.
Colombia, mate. Bring her home. Bring her home to Colombia.
I tell you, I went to Colombia versus Germany at the Women's World Cup.
Yeah.
To this day, best football game I've ever been to in my life because of the Colombian fans. Like an insane experience.
Yeah.
And watching the game this morning,
Oh my God.
it was just yellow. The entire stadium was yellow. I don't know what Darwin Núñez was thinking going up there with that many Colombians, but
There was this. I don't know if you saw why he went up there.
I did, yes, with his family. And
Yeah, but the way he went up, bro, I'm like, he was even missing his punches. Oh, it's crazy. But he's swinging for the fences, mate. Nothing connected.
I know, yeah. Wow.
But yeah, look. What's your score prediction? I do agree with you. I do work with a few Colombians at work, and they're not that into their football, but they're still passionate.
Yeah.
Like, their Colombia's still in there. They're still supporting them. They may not watch it week in, week out, but in terms of passion, in terms of backing your team, I don't think there's anything like Colombia.
I do like how it I definitely agree, but I do like what I was going to say is it just goes straight to penalties. No extra time. I swear that's what's been happening during the tournament.
I think it has.
Yeah, there's no extra time.
Well, they're trying to preserve their players, unlike the other lot in Europe.
Like if I were to make a prediction, I'd say we're going to penalties, and I think it's going to probably be a 0-0 game.
Really?
I think there's going to be a lot of time wasting in this game from both parties. I think either of them, Colombia probably they might back themselves to get a result, but I don't know if they're that confident to go for it. Argentina, they won it last year. They could probably bet their luck again.
Yeah. Look, Colombia, I'm pretty sure James came off injured this morning as well.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that.
I believe so. It was just after the red card, I'm pretty sure. Let's fact that because people ain't being live. If I get it wrong. Here we go. James came off in the 62nd minute. Yes, he did. He came off injured, I believe.
Right.
And he's on a yellow card as well. So I think it was either that or they were trying to preserve him. But the red card and the 1-0 win against arguably the form team outside of themselves in the competition was enough for Colombia for me. And I'll back them to win it at normal time.
I'd like to see it too. Argentina had their moment. I think it'll be a very loud stadium if they do get up. Regardless, actually.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. Thomas did actually say that when the Copa America.
Did he?
Before Copa America started, yeah.
That's a great shout then.
It's
because you'd probably
I went Brazil.
Yeah. Oh, that's a rogue pick because they have not been good for a while now.
No, but I thought,
but it's Brazil.
Eventually you get all this talent together and then you bring on Endrick for one game. I think he had one touch off the kickoff that game he played.
That's Jamie McLaren numbers, that is all.
Oh, good on McLaren, mate. But look, I think we'll leave it there.
All right.
We'll see you on for our deep dive, I guess. But
sounds good.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime, mate, and we'll see you in a bit. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
All right.
Charge batteries, give you guys